Hi y'all, I'm now offering custom 2-pound batches of soap, and someone ordered a patchouli soap with activated charcoal and no colorant in shapes honeycomb and heart. So let's get started making that. This is probably going to be a 2, 3, maybe 4-part series, just because I don't know how much time I'll have to record these. TikTok gives like 10 minutes, so I have to edit them and all the stuff in between cutting and all that kind of stuff, between cutting the soap base and all that. The sweet almond oil, the bentonite clay, the powdered oats, and the activated charcoal. Now, I will say that the colorants I use are FDA approved mica powders. So if anyone wants that option, there is colorant that is FDA approved available for their soap batch. So I'm just gonna stir this together, making sure it's fully incorporated before I pour it into the soap base. And I'm gonna stir it up to make sure it's being incorporated with the soap base that is melting. It's gonna be very exfoliating, okay? So this soap is gonna be super exfoliating for the customer because there's activated charcoal and bentonite clay and powdered oats. So activated charcoal plus bentonite clay really helps with people that work on oil rigs or that work as a mechanic, because it helps to get that excess dirt, oil, toxins from the skin. And now I'm measuring the fragrance oil, the patchouli fragrance oil, and swishing it around to get that extra activated charcoal that was left from pouring it out, and wait for the soap to finish melting. They wanted the heart mold and the honeycomb molds, so I'm going to place those down. Gotta make sure to stir it every few minutes to make sure it's melting and not burning, because you don't want the soap to lose its benefits from the sweet almond oil and all the other powders you just added to it, because if it gets too hot it will start to boil out of it. Plus, if your soap boils, it'll create soap sweat, which is like when after it's set and after it sits for a while, it'll start to sweat even when it's packaged and stuff. So I avoid the soap sweats by making sure it's not starting to boil. So I'll take it off the heat and stir it when I need to. So this is kind of like a melt and pour soap class 101 in a way. I mean, I didn't mean for it to be like this, but I'm just trying to promote that I do 2-pound custom 2-pound soap batches now, but turned out to be a soap class. So listen up, I guess. I started making melt and pour soap in January of 2023. It's been a little over 2 years now since I started making melt and pour soaps. I start with melt and pour just because I'm scared of doing cold process soap with the lye that's involved. So cold process soap is made with sodium hydroxide mixed with water, and then you add that to your oils, butters, fats, whatever. And that saponification process makes the lye no longer caustic chemical. And that's what creates soap, is that saponification process over 24 hours. When it hardens, you cut it and then you let it cure for 6 to 8 weeks after. And then the curing process, the saponification process, is what makes the soap and usable. So after it's cured, you can use it. I tried to make cold process soap one time and I burned myself through rubber gloves. So let's just say for the next 5 years of owning this business, or for my 5th year in business, I'll try cold process soap making again. But right now, I don't feel mentally prepared to try that again. So in my 5th year, you can expect me to be trying cold process soap. But right now it's been a year and a half since I started this business, as of September of 2023. So September 2028, you can expect cold process soaps from me, but for now I'm not doing that. I'm gonna add the fragrance oil. And I will stir that in. After stirring the fragrance oil in for a few minutes, I'm now gonna pour it into the molds. This last bar is not going to be a full bar of soap.